Okay guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to read over the Vetter white paper. They're introducing the Skylabs VSL token this week, and it's very important that you are able to go over it. If you don't have time to go over it, maybe you can record this or listen on your iPad or on your smartphone as you're doing your general duties. So first of all, Vetter ecosystem introduction. The Vetter ecosystem is a decentralized platform comprising of 15 in-house built proprietary smart contracts and multiple feature-rich dApps, offering an innovative staking model with robust researched tools for early-stage blockchain investors, with unique rewards for those contributing to its network. There are 3 audited smart contracts, including 2 Certic audits. The ecosystem has 2 branches: the Skylabs VSL and the CrowdX, the Vetter token. Members may choose to participate in one or both projects to access their unique benefits. CrowdX dApp Vetter was launched in October 2021 and is now used in thousands of investors to access early-stage blockchain projects, launching off 16 different chains. Skylabs VSL Pre-Sale is slated for the launch in August the 28th, 2002 at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Universal Time. Okay guys, introduction to Skylabs VSL. Skylabs is powered by the native BEP 20 token VSL, and the houses 2 independently functioning launch pads, the Skylabs and Vsl. Stakers of the VSL get guaranteed allocations in exclusive projects launching off the Skylabs Launch Pad, as well as royalties from shared revenue generated from the VSL buy and sell tax and both launch pads. Stakers receive 100% of VSL buy and tax and 33.33% of the sell tax, as well as 20% revenue generated from both Skylabs and the Vsl Launch Pads. Once the buy and sell tax are removed from the DEX to make way for mass marketing through CEX, staking is non-custodial and controlled entirely by the staker. This means it is negotiated between the staker and the smart contract, with no possibility of interference from an individual or future governing team. See the Certic staking audit to know more. No individual or group can restrict the withdrawals or remove stake tokens for use in high-risk investment schemes, as is the risk with custodial staking models. The tokenomics for the VSL deflationary. This means tokens cannot be minted. There is a burn mechanism decreasing the supply over time. New tokens cannot be added to circulation to pay for stakers or other contributors, a common practice that puts excessive selling pressure on many early stage cryptocurrencies. Only Vsl stakers can participate in top tier projects launching off Skylabs Launch Pad. The criteria used to select projects for Skylab's Launch Pad includes the proprietary cutting-edge technology, innovation, and or competitive market positioning, along with strong fundamentals and a clear path to revenue. For Vsl, Launchpad is a separate launchpad from the Skylabs Launchpad. Okay, Vsl Launchpad follows a standard open launch model, giving the developers a hub to launch projects to the public while locking liquidity in. And unlike Skylab's Launchpad, you do not need to stake Vsl to participate in Vsl launches. This also means you do not get guaranteed allocations at the Vsl Launchpad, and projects are not exclusive as they are with Skylab's Launchpad. Skylabs is included under the Skylabs umbrella because its revenue contributions to the royalties received by Vsl stakers. Okay, CrowdX Vetter introduction. The CrowdX dApp is the second branch within the Vetter's ecosystem, using its own set of smart contracts to provide never-before-seen tools for early-stage blockchain investors. While the Skylabs is powered by Vsl Token, the CrowdX is powered by Vetter. Vetter is a BEP20 token, but the CrowdX dApp gives users access to proprietary data on the projects launching across 16 different chains. The CrowdX dApp requires users to hold Vetter in their wallet to access features built into the smart contract, but users are not required to stake or spend their tokens for this access. The first version of CrowdX dApp was released in October 2021 and has already surpassed 10,000 users, with new upgrades being added regular. Vetter's CrowdX dApp was quickly become the gold standard among the early stage blockchain investment tools. Users are first to find newly launching projects and can pinpoint which projects have the highest probability for gains within the specific time frames of 24 hours, 7 days, or 30 days from their pre-sale launch date. The smart contract determines this by collating, ranking, metric-based, verifiable, and audited data shared by members who post projects onto the CrowdX dApp calendar. The new dApp for the CrowdX are queued for release in Q4 2022. That will give access to news and technical analysis on hard-to-find microcaps before they're widely known. Okay, so you can go to the CrowdX roadmap, and of course I'll give you the link, the main resource link to the white paper, and the white paper will then have the sublinks to go to the CrowdX roadmap. Note that those who hold the Vetter token in their wallet get multiple effects on their allocations and royalty shares within the staking Vsl token. See the Vsl Staking link. Okay, again, I will put the link to the main, so therefore you can go to the Vsl Staking and learn more. Okay, we're going to take a deep dive into the Skylabs VSL Staking. The Skylabs is a non-custodial staking, offers members low entry point, so anyone can participate while maintaining whale-friendly incentives to larger cap investors. This allows the greater growth and the benefit for all levels to participate. Pre-sale allocation shares of Skylabs gives VSL stakers guaranteed allocations exclusive to top-tier projects launching off the Skylabs Launch Pad. This means eligible stakers are ensured an opportunity to participate in all qualifying Skylabs pre-sale launches. To be eligible for participate in the pre-sale, you must stake a minimum of 100,000 VSL tokens and submit your Bmb allocation before a given pre-sale closes. The more VSL you stake in proportion to the total amount staked by the community, the more Bmb you can allocate in a given project, and the more tokens you receive when the project launches onto the DEX and or the SEX for the first time. For every 100,000 VSL stake, participants receive 1 share in the pre-sale allocation pool. They also receive fractional shares when staking varying amounts of over 100,000 VSL tokens. Okay, so here's for example, 99,000 staked VSL equals 0 pre-sale allocation shares. 100,000 staked VSL equals 1 pre-sale share. 150 staked VSL equals 1.5 pre-sale allocation shares. 200,000 staked VSL equals 2 pre-sale allocation shares. 225 staked VSL equals 2.25 pre-sale allocation shares. 300,000 staked VSL equals 3 pre-sale allocation shares. 305 and 400 VSL equals 3.054 pre-sale allocation shares. 1 million staked VSL equals 10 pre-sale allocation shares. 1,750,000 staked VSL equals 17.5 pre-sale allocation shares. And then 10 million staked VSL equals 100 pre-sale allocation shares. There is no limit to the number of VSL you can stake to receive more pre-sale allocation shares in the pool. The staker's total pre-sale allocation for the newly launching projects is based on the total amount of VSL they have staked in proportion to the total staked by the community when any given pre-sale closes. If you submit more Bmb for a project than the final allocation allows, this is returned by the smart contract when you collect your pre-sale tokens after the pre-sale is finalized. You can go on and see more multipliers bonuses. I'll send you the link to that, and a section to learn how holding Vetter tokens can increase your royalty and allocation by as high as 20 multipliers, 20 times, guys. Okay, royalty shares. Instead of guaranteeing a set percentage of yield for stakers, which would require either high-risk custodial model where others are in control of your cryptocurrency and the risk it with high-yield investment practice, or where yields are paid by minting more tokens, which dilutes token value, VSL ties royalties to the buy and sell tax and Launchpad revenues, providing a solution that compounds royalties over time without the risk of losing it. VSL stakers receive royalties from the buy and sell tax, and then the 20% of revenues generated at both Launchpads, Skylabs and Vsl once the buy and sell tax is removed. Royalties from revenues generated by the buy and sell tax is distributed on a 24-hour cycle. During each cycle, 100% of the buy tax and 33.33% of the sell tax is collected and distributed to the eligible stakers. It is possible for this distribution to occur multiple times per 24-hour cycle, depending on the daily volumes and their availability, holidays, and etc. Royalties from revenues generated via the 20% shared Launchpad revenues is on a 1-month cycle to allow time to calculate, administrate, and to convert currencies via buy-it-back program into the VSL distribution. During each cycle, the collected revenues gets distributed to eligible stakers. It is possible for this distribution to occur multiple times within 1 month cycle, depending on the volume during the cycle. It is important to underscore that because of the shared revenue generated from each Launchpad is converted from other cryptocurrencies into the VSL, distributing these royalties serves as a buyback protocol, creating an upward buying pressure on the VSL token. And you can go ahead and look at the tokenomic links when you're looking over the white paper yourself. And I encourage that. As with the pre-sale allocations, you must stake a minimum of 100,000 VSL to be eligible for royalties shares. And for every 100,000 VSL staked, participants receive 1 royalty share in the pool. They also receive fractional shares when staking varying amounts of VSL over 100,000 VSL. And here you have, for example, 99,999 staked VSL equals 0 royalty shares. 100,000 staked VSL equals 1 royalty share. 105 staked VSL equals 1.05 0.05 royalty shares. 125,000 staked VSL equals 1.25 royalty shares. 200,000 staked VSL equals 2 royalty shares. 250,000 staked VSL equals 2.5 royalty shares. 300,000 staked VSL equals 3 royalty shares. 1 million staked VSL equals 10 royalty shares. 4 million staked VSL equals 40 royalty shares. 5,123,111 staked VSL equals 51.23111 royalty shares. So that gives you some good examples there. There is no limit to the number of VSL that you can stake to receive more royalty shares in the pool. The amount of royalties you received during the cycle depends on the amounts of revenues generated by the buy and sell tax, or the two launch pads, and the total amount of VSL you have staked in proportion to the total staked by the community. You can go on and see the Multiplier Bonuses section to learn how holding Vetter tokens can increase your royalties and allocations by as high as 20 times multiplier. Okay, the multiplier bonus, Vsl stakers can increase their pre-sale allocations and royalty shares by as much as 2,000% by simply holding Vetter token in the same wallet as the VSL is staked from. So that's very important, guys. Hold 10,000 Vetter, 2 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 25,000 Vetter, you get an allocation of 3 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 100,000 Vetter, you get 4 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 500,000 Vetter, you get 5 multiplications of your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 1 million Vetter, and you get 10 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 2.5 million Vetter, and you get 15 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. Hold 10 million Vetter, and you get 20 times your royalties and pre-sale allocations. And in asterisks down below, we have holding Vetter also gives you access to the CrowdX DApp. Very important to remember that, guys. To be able to use that CrowdX and to be able to source through, people who have scouted and vetted projects and as a crowdsourced team. And you can see, the different levels that each one who is crowdsourced, what level they're at. And of course, the higher the level usually represents that they have better knowledge and understanding of looking at them. Okay, and then there is another asterisk, which is there is no multiplier bonus for holding less than 10,000 Vetter. Very important to remember that. So if you looking for a multiplier, you need to have at least 10,000 Vetter or more to get a multiplier effect going. Okay, guys, now we're getting on to the goodies. The staking packages. The Skylabs VSL Staking offers both no-lock staking and lock-in staking packages. You are not required to select a lock-in package to participate in the Skylabs Launch Pre-Sale allocation, and the royalty revenue sharing opportunities. However, the lock-in staking packages do offer additional bonuses for those who want to take advantage of them. The lock-in bonus packages can vary from month to month and season to season. Once you lock in the bonus packages, you will continue receiving bonuses associated with the package for as long as you leave your staked tokens in the package, even if the offer for that package has ended and is no longer available for others. Very important to remember, guys. So, once you're locked in, you get to keep it as long as you want, as long as you don't take it out, of course. This provides an element of gamification because these lock-in packages will often be available for a limited time only. Very important to remember. While no lock-in staking does not prevent stakers from withdrawing at any time, even if it's minutes after the staking is initiated, there is a 20% early withdrawal fee for those who withdraw sooner than 3 days after staking. After the 72-hour window, there is no early withdrawal penalty. So remember, guys, if you choose a package and a non, okay, guys, so if you choose a no lock-in staking package, remember that after the 72 hours window, there is no fee penalty. But of course, if you choose a package, no lock-in staking package before 72 hours, there is a 20% withdrawal fee. Just to make that clear, very important. Sometimes we can get those things mixed up, so those small things are very important to be clear as an investor. Early withdrawal fee. Okay, says 20% withdrawal fee that gets applied to the stakers who withdraw tokens within 3 days from the time the tokens are staked is allocated back to the community. Important to know that. So sometimes we have emergencies, guys. Sometimes we may have to withdraw and miss out on a bit of revenue. Well, so be it. At least it goes back to the community. And here it is on the white paper. This goes into reward the pools used to incentivize the community members to click a button and pay a small gas fee to help other stakers who may have forgotten to collect their distributed rewards, so they are not burned. Win VSL tokens for helping the community. In order to maintain a decentralized admin structure, there is an incentive for members to click and collect an earn button, pay a small gas fee that performs a collection of the distributed tokens for other stakers. Members may be rewarded and set an amount of VSL for taking this action. If tokens are collected, the one who presses the button has 70% chance to collect a reward. The funds for this pool are filled using 20% early withdrawal fee mentioned above. Non-custodial staking. Skylabs staking is non-custodial, which means no individual or governing team can access or interfere with the staked VSL in the contract. This is different from a custodian staking, where one's staked cryptocurrencies can be used for high-risk investment schemes and be lost, or where withdrawals can be restricted by governing teams outside of the terms that the staker believed they were agreeing to. That cannot happen here. At Skylabs, all staking is strictly negotiated between the staker and the smart contract with no possibility of interference. See the CertiK audit, and you can go through the links as you go and read the white paper for yourself. More Vsl Launch Pad. The Vsl is separately a launch pad from the Skylabs Launch Pad, while they are both part of the same ecosystem. Skylabs Launch Pad has stricter qualifying process in regards to the projects earmarked for launch, whereas the Vsl follows a standard decentralized model, giving developers an open hub to launch their projects, lock in liquidity within a strict qualifying process. If a project submits a request to launch from Skylabs Launchpad but is not accepted, they will be referred to Vsl Launchpad, which generates shared revenue for Vsl stakers. Unlike Skylabs Launchpad, you do not need to stake Vsl token to participate in the Vsl launches. This also means you do not have guaranteed allocations, and projects are not exclusive. Just remember that, guys, with the Vsl Launchpad compared to the Skylabs Launchpad, that is. While the community does not select projects launching from Vsl Launchpad as they do with Skylabs Launchpad, Vetter Scouts sift through projects launching on Vsl and share top picks on the CrowdX DApp. The Vsl stakers receive shares of revenue generated at both launchpads. See Royal Shares for details. Again, you'll see the link as you go ahead and read the white paper for yourself, which I highly encourage you to do so. Skylabs Vsl Tokenomics. Transaction tax is 15% buy tax. Asterisk, 100% of the buy tax goes to the Vsl stakers, and 15% sell tax, asterisk 33.33% of sell tax goes to the Vsl stakers. The sell tax distribution, 5% to the Vsl stakers, 8% to development, 2% to liquidity. Transaction tax subject to be reduced to 0 over time as the Launchpad revenue becomes significant enough to replace the transaction tax revenue for stakers. Total tokens generated is 25 billion. Token distribution, project development is 2.5 billion, vested over 3 years, released over 90 days. First distribution starts in 90 days post-launch. Incentives, 2.5 billion, vested over 3 years, released every 90 days. First release at launch for asterisk contributors, partnerships and influencers. The royalty buffer is 2.5 billion, vested over 3 years, released every 90 days. First distribution starts at 90 days post-launch. Asterisk to cover transitions from the buy and sell tax revenue sharing to using Launchpad revenues for VSL stakers. Liquidity buffer is 250 million, locked for 3 months to match to other liquidity pairs beyond the Bmb Vsl pair, or an increased liquidity for the Bmb Vsl. Private sale participants is 14.45 billion airdropped at launch. You can see the pre-sale section for details on anti-dump measures that will be put into place. Pre-sale participants is 1.4 billion claimed at launch before DEX, and 100% of the Bmb raised at the pre-sale is locked in the liquidity, which is approximately 1,806 Bmb, 1,000 whitelist spots available. At the time of this recording, I think they're all taken, but don't forget to go over to Mike's strategy videos on the link down below, and you can learn how Mike was able to get into some pre-sales, even if he did not, plan very deep ahead and get a whitelist spot. So I encourage you to look at those videos done by Mike Klingler, and I'll share the link to that. Liquidity is 1.4 billion, matched by all Bmb raised in the pre-sale to create a Vsl Bmb liquidity pool. The price, MC/MC, is 1 Bmb equals 775.087 Vsl. The price of the Vsl at launch is 0.000012901777748 Bmb. I know that's a big number. You can look over in the white pages to see accuracy for that. Market cap based on the price of the Bmb at launch and how much is staked. Refer to the pre-sale section for the tokenomics details related to the launch and strategies for anti-dump mechanism. Okay, burn protocol. Any staking royalties not collected for longer than 30 days are burned. Buyback. A buyback protocol is a mechanism built into the tokenomics, a model to allow for ongoing purchases of native token Vsl. When revenue is generated from the 2 launch pads, 20% of all Bmb and other cryptocurrency generated is converted to Vsl and distributed among the stakers. Because this is Vsl is purchased on the open market, this creates ongoing built-in buying pressure. Very important for the deflationary process. The deflationary process, the tokenomics for the Vsl is deflationary. This means the tokens cannot be minted. There is a burn mechanism decreasing the supply over time. New tokens cannot be added to circulate to pay for stakers or other contributors. A common practice put excess selling pressure on many early stage cryptocurrencies. And if you're familiar with the industry and these startups and early micro launches, guys, you would be well aware that there are models out there that are very much like the fiat supply and just endlessly supply tokens. So very significant, very important to see and understand the differences here compared to other early stage developing startups in this community. Skylabs VSL roadmap. The Skylabs VSL and CrowdX Vetter share a symbolic relationship within the ecosystem. They are separate projects with different smart contracts, functions, and roadmaps. Very important to remember, guys, as an investor. And you can see the link to the roadmaps. Skylabs VSL CertiK audits. Skylabs VSL has two separate audits for CertiK by CertiK. There's an auditor for the crypto digital world, decentralized world. There is a standard token contract audit as well as staking contract audit to provide stakers peace of mind to know that staking contract is non-custodial with no possibility of interference from individuals or future governance teams. 1. The VSL token audit. 2. The VSL staking audit. Asterisk note, Vetter token has a separate audit, and that was completed by Ether Authority. That'll be another white paper, so you can go over the Vetter white paper if you want to go back there and find about that. More on Skylabs Launch Pad. Skylabs Launch Pad is powered by the native BEP 20 token VSL and will facilitate multi-chain launches. And it specializes in top-tier project meeting these strict criteria. Number 1, strong fundamentals with clear use, and 2, an experienced team with innovative technology and or unique market positioning, and 3, a clear path to revenue, and 4, revenue cannot be dependent on models proven to be flawed, excessively high risk, such as algorithmic stable coins or staking yields paid by minting tokens using an inflationary framework. A custodial staking where yields are paid by high risk investment practices. Project selection process. The process of selecting projects that see liftoff at Skylabs Launch Pad helps to ensure that only the best projects meeting the criteria above get chosen. Step 1, blockchain teams seeking to launch on Skylabs submit a request for review. Number 2, anyone staking a minimum of 100,000 VSL holding a minimum of 10,000 Vetter can vote on projects under consideration for launch on Skylabs Launch Pad. Steps 3, the projects of the highest favour are brought to the development team, who have final say on whether or not they will support the technical implementation of the project. This development team is voted in by community to work on behalf of the community and can be changed by the community vote. Number 4, the projects deemed not to meet the criteria to qualify for Skylabs are verified to launch from the Vsl Launch Pad. They're referred there, which is open launch pad that contributors value to the ecosystem by generating shared revenue to the Vsl stakers while funding further ecosystem development. A community-governed process is currently under development to ensure high standards continue to be met at Skylabs. This includes an in-house blockchain authenticated voting contract that has already been created and used for several community-directed decisions. More about the VSL governance. The project submitted is to be considered for the Skylabs Launch Pad are put to a vote before the community. VSL stakers who hold the Vetter token, the amount required to stake and hold in order to participate is also decided by the community and is therefore subject to change. The initial decision is this for other foundational guidelines was made by the team voted in to make marketing and technology decisions on behalf of the community. Idea, the visionary architects. This team is listed on the website. The community can change this team via vote. Very important to remember, guys. And this next vote is this, that the governance topics will be held on November the 30th of 2022. Keep that date in your database. Very important if you're thinking about looking at this project. You can get some quite good insights as this has been discussed amongst the community. The team, the Vetter and crowdsourced app, was developed by the same core team that is launching Skylabs VSL. While other performance never ensures future performance, it is worth noting this team has a track record for success with a launch. Last year, the Vetter Pre-Sale participants saw a 40 times 4,000% return at its highest peak 3 weeks after the launch on Pancake Swaps. It maintained the range between 10 to 40 times for 6 concurrent weeks and never dropped below 4 times or 400% return at its lowest point. Even during the bear market, and nearly a year later, it maintains above 6 times, 600% return for those who participated in the Vetter pre-sale launch. Since last year, the team has grown significantly and now consists of 9 full-time developers with staff totaling of 18 members. And you can see the team, and you'll be able to go through that as you go through the white paper yourself, which I encourage you to do so. The technical development accomplishments. Below is a list of just some of the behind-the-scenes tech development this team has built to position the Vetter ecosystem of Skylabs as a premium tool for early-stage blockchain investment research and attract top development teams and projects to launch from the Skylabs Launch Pad. Event listener, giving more details of the tokens, trades, history, immediate tier change alerts to staking and Tron contracts, etc. Full node speed up the dApps by running our own blockchain nodes. Multiple complex smart contracts innovation, with 3 having been audited and 2 audited by Certix. Hybrid contract API database model, and you got a new ER20 tax interface proposal near complete. Authentication contract and method to prove ownership of a wallet royalty-based staking, revenue sharing, and NFT-like external available package lock-in model, proprietary package model, aggregated notifications across all services in the works, VAHL, which is an acronym for Vetter Audited Highest Low Innovative Methods of Determining Projects' Launch Success, no slippage swap, goal based rather than based on a number of tokens to swap, ad targeting tied to the favorite projects and blockchains, tech built to add this and similar personalized features in the future, and Google-like interface survey token landscape by category, chain, VAHL, snippet, and contents. Okay, to go over the Skylabs Pre-Sale, the VSL. The Skylabs VSL Pre-Sale is slated for the launch on the 28th of August, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7 p.m. Universal Standard Time. And you can look at the pre-sale countdown when you click on the link in the white paper. Hard cap is 1,806 Bmb. Soft cap is 1,806 Bmb. 3 Bmb max per participant. 100% of the pre-sale raise goes to the liquidity. Liquidity locked for 6 months. It would add unnecessary risk to lock liquidity longer than 6 months. If Pancake Swap releases its next version 3, it would require a new liquidity pool to be created and support the trading on the new version. And for this reason, liquidity would be locked longer than 6 months, so it can be used to create a version 3 liquidity pool if needed. Asterisks, 2 asterisks. Market cap at launch will be very depending on the Bmb price at launch day. Announcements will be made as we draw close to the 28th of August 2022, which is a launch date. And note that the August the 28th date target, the launch can change depending on the tech, marketing, and or market environment. So follow us on Telegram, and you'll be able to go ahead and do that by looking at the white paper, which I highly encourage. I'll put a link down below so you can easy access to go to your leisure. Closely updates, and we can draw closer to the launch day and also get to know the community, which is a very vibrant community, very helpful and supportive community. Experienced team with proven results. The last project developed and it launched by the team did a 20 times on the first day of launch and 40 times within weeks of the launch, holding between 10 times to 40 times for 6 consecutive weeks for those who participated in the pre-sale, and stands at 6 times 600% return to this day during the bear market, nearly a year later. It is rare to find a team with this track record in time to participate in its launch. Skylabs has raised more funds for VSL development and launch than most projects on the BSC chain, the Binance Smart Chain. This means it has a higher market cap than most projects launching on the Binance Smart Chain, and through smaller than the larger well-known projects that often do 20 million US raises or more. It is important to underscore that most new projects with low raises and low market caps fail in their first few weeks because they are underfunded or may have had no intention of developing useful technology in the first place. The few projects that thrive in the early days on the charts typically fail in their first few months. Less than 1% prevail longer term on the charts, and even among those, it is rare to find a project innovating real technology, distinguishing itself beyond mechanisms that try to keep the pump going as long as they can, which means their days are also numbered. Skylabs is well funded and remains focused on real use cases, tech innovation, launching only the best projects for VSL holders. The larger raises means a higher market cap than most Binance Smart Chain projects, or BSC projects as it's called, but these also means funding for marketing and tech innovation. Very important, guys. Okay guys, no selling pressure from Vsl Launch Pad. Because VSL is launching from one of their own launch pads, there will be no additional selling pressure coming from the launch pad in days and weeks following the launch. Note originally there would be additional selling pressure. Vsl is on Skylabs products, so there will be no charge for the VSL launch. This means the launch pad will not be receiving VSL token as part of the commission fee for the facilitating the launch, which would originally add the additional selling pressure. Okay, anti-dump mechanism at launch. Over 99% of the tokens allocated in private sale participations were purchased by diamond hand holders of Vetter and have demonstrated their loyalty to the ecosystem long term, and the less than 1% remaining went to marketers or the call groups contributing to the launch who still had to purchase the tokens, who represent less than 1% of the total amount of distributed to private sale participants. They can have no significant impact on selling pressure after launch. The long-term Vetter holders who hold most of the private sale tokens have not only demonstrated their commitment and understanding of the value of the project long term by holding Vetter for nearly 1 year prior to the VSL launch, but many of them have also contributed significantly to the project directly as scouts, vetters and voters of the CrowdX platform. These are people who are vested in the success of the ecosystem long term. The non-custodial self-custodian staking protocol is the most compelling anti-dump measure. Staking at the launch. 100% of the buy tax and 33.33% of the sell tax goes to the VSL stakers. See staking for details on how to get distributed among the stakers, with $2.8 million marketing budget having been allocated to prepare for the single launch, not counting PR, administration and development. There will likely be unusually high volume on launch day and for many weeks following launch. Those who participated in the private sale, pre-sale, or who buy the VSL shortly after the launch and who stake VSL during the high volume period stand to gain considerably via the royalty shares coming by the buy-sell tax. The more VSL one holds, the greater their allocation in the up-and-coming Skylab launches, and the greater their percentage of royalties received from the revenues. While it is not required to lock VSL to get the proportion of the allocations and the royalty shares, there is 20% fee that goes into the community pool when someone unstakes sooner than 72 hours after they stake. There are also lock-in staking packages that offer bonuses to those who decide to lock in some or all of their VSL for specific time frames, which vary from package to package. These innovative staking features provide a legitimate and compelling anti-dump feature. It may also encourage a buying on the dips to gain even more VSL for more guaranteed allocations and royalty shares. Vested proportion of the token locked. As outlined in the tokenomics section, the majority of the tokens are earmarked for the project development, and incentives are vested over 3 years, released over 3 months, every 3 months in low quantity to protect against dumping, excessive selling pressure often seen in projects that do not vest over such long-term frame. So go ahead and look at the tokenomics again. I encourage you to read the white paper for full details. Okay, over to CrowdX Vetter, part of the white paper. The CrowdX tiers and access. The CrowdX DApp is powered by Vetter token. To access each of the CrowdX DApp features, you do not need to spend Vetter. Simply hold Vetter in the DApp compatible wallet and connect the wallet. So tier levels 0, hold between 0 and 9,999 Vetter. Tier 1, hold between 10,000 to 24,999 Vetter. Tier 2, hold between 25,000 to 99,999 Vetter. Tier 3, hold between 100,000 to 499 and 999 Vetter. Tier 4, hold 500,000 plus Vetter. For a view of each of these features available for these tier levels, see the tier and the features. And okay, you got the diamond levels 1 to 3. There are 3 bonus levels referred to the diamond levels 1, 2, and 3. Those holding enough Vetter reach a diamond level status also have tier 4 access, plus the bonus below The diamond levels give additional allocations and royalty shares to those who are participating in the VSL staking program. Diamond 1 level, 10,000 VSL staking multiplier, 10 times VSL staking multiplier, hold 1 million plus Vetter for 1000% increase in your staking multiplier. Diamond 2, 15 multiplied by VSL staking multiplier, hold 2.5 million plus Vetter for 1500% increase in your staking multiplier. And Diamond 3, 20 times VSL staking multiplier, hold 10 million plus Vetter for 2000% increase in your staking multiplier. CrowdX Vetter tokenomics transaction tax buy tax 0% for sell and 0% for the buy. Total tokenomics generated 4 billion. Total number of tokens in circulation is 3,002,874,895. So that's 8 billion, over 3 billion tokens in supply already on August 2022. The CrowdX Vetter roadmap. Through the CrowdX Vetter and Skylabs VSL share a symbolic relationship in the ecosystem. They are separate projects with different smart contracts, dApps, functions, and roadmaps. So see also the Vetter roadmap link, which will be provided. CrowdX Vetter audit. CrowdX dApp is powered by the Vetter token. Vetter audit. In asterisk, note Skylabs VSL has 2 separate audits from Certric, and you can learn more with the link. CrowdX dApps and products. See the CrowdX website for an updated current description of all CrowdX dApp benefits and features. Upgrades and even additions are added frequently. New additions are added frequently. Okay, over to the Vetter ecosystem. The Vetter ecosystem is 2 of the most neglected aspects of the early stage blockchain projects, are also among the most important, yet they are missing from projects and business models entirely. These are revenue streams and effective marketing strategies. This is why most projects fail, often due to inexperienced team. Then the neglected components lead to many projects or rely on inflationary tokenomics to fund their projects, such as infinity token minting, selling too many of their native tokens to raise capital, or literally giving large numbers of tokens away to contributors to get the necessary exposure for growth. This then leads to excessive selling pressure. It is why it is crucial to find projects that are built in a revenue streams, sustainable marketing strategies that support growth and development. The Vetter ecosystem began in October 2021 as Vetter dApp, rebranded as CrowdX to highlight the proprietary Web3 technology and the innovative innovation around the collecting of crowd-sourcing information, data to make more useful. The DApp is now utilized by thousands of investors. The first Vetter project was focused on laying a foundation for credibility and strong use case. Rather than attempting to create a pump and a dump, the Vetter community focuses on developing rock-solid and useful platforms for their eager to access trustworthy information on the early stage blockchain launches. And you can review the audited gains data through the link here in the white paper. So that's why I encourage you to go ahead and read the white paper, or at least click on the links and briefly go over. I know that we're all excited, but we must do our own due diligence. Very important. There are many new standards that the Vetter community has developed for the industry. When you look at CrowdX roadmap, you'll see references to many new features, dApps coming down the pike this year. Similar to CrowdX, many of the best features that accompany the two dApps listed below require holding Vetter token to gain full access and are designed for the large market appeal within the growing blockchain investment research tool market. Launch a Vetter charting tool with Vetter TA and dApp integration. Launch a Vetter Vine and Vetter NFT dApps. Expand the Vetter swap to any Binance Smart Chain token or BSC, as it's better known as. Expand swap to emerging and popular chains. Vetter University upgrade to 101, 201, 301 and development courses. Many of these tools also have free component to access some of the features and are designed to lead large audience into Vetter ecosystem to access more features that would require holding VSL and Vetter. In addition, the Vetter charting tool is under development, attracting high volume traffic that can provide an advertising revenue stream to use for continued development of these future tools within the ecosystem. All traffic entering the CrowdX and Vetter or through any other new up-and-coming dApps and tools listed above also leads to Skylabs and Vsl. And in much the same way, the above-mentioned new projects support marketing revenue for continued growth and development. Skylabs and Vsl generate revenue and new visitors that feed the CrowdX side of the ecosystem. Not only is it standard for the launch pads to generate significant revenue by charging development teams in both the token, they are raising funds in ETH, Bmb, USDC, etc., as well as a percentage of the native token they are launching that can be sold to the open marketplace. These launch pads generate significant free traffic and visitors because the teams launching these projects send all their traffic, all their marketing and advertising directly into the launch pad they are launching from. These are some of the examples of how revenue streams and sustainable marketing strategies are woven into the Vetter and Skylabs business model. And you got the value, the dApp, the tools, the resources. The Vetter ecosystem adds additional value to the growing number of audience, giving new and growing reasons for more people to use and hold Vetter and VSL token. You've got the growth, free tools attract audience to higher offers, providing potential new traffic and additional revenues, and fuel the development and growth of the ecosystem. You can see Robin Lin, the advisor, one of the advisors of the teams, the Vetter Ecosystem Skylabs, who tours the blockchain events and media for interviews. You can click on the links there as you're going over the white paper, and you can also contact Robin Lin if that's something you feel you need to do. Remember, you may have to wait in line if you email her, because she's quite a busy lady, particularly with the growing demand with this wonderful system we have in place as a community, and educating the blockchain developers on their issues. So, okay guys, hopefully that is helpful for you. I'll put a link to this or the white paper out here underneath in the YouTube, and you can go ahead and read. It's on the Power by the Git book, so it's all accessible online, nice and neatly. In some way, it's quite an easy read, well laid out and nice and simple. You can click through the links. Probably a lot easier than a traditional PDF file, in my opinion anyway. Okay guys, see the links down below. Make sure you go ahead, smash the bell and subscribe, because we come here and you can connect with me as a community. We'd love to be able to reach out to you. We'd love to be able to connect, be able to answer your questions, hear your thoughts about where the current valuation of the micro crypto industry is at, and let's keep building. Have a great day.